What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I wanted to talk about the whole narrative of the power. The power. Seems that there's another game that has broken the power narrative, the power barrier, if you will. So first, it was Alan Wake, right? Alan Wake 2 performs better on the Xbox. Next gen only title, blah, 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 right? And I've always had this theory. Everyone knows Xbox Series X is more powerful than PlayStation 5. That's known fact. On paper, it's more powerful. But up until this point, up until recently, it has not been. Why is that? We all know why, because the developers have not been coding to take advantage of all the power of the Xbox Series X. Now, second game in a row, basically. So first we got Alan Wake a couple weeks ago. Now we got Robocop. It is performing better on the Xbox Series X. I mean, Xbox is like 60, 60, 60. 59, 60, 60, 58, 60, 60, right? And PlayStation 5 is like 48, 50, 52, struggling. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, why is the PlayStation so bad right now? Like, what's going on? Is it that the developers saw the writing on the wall and they're like, oh, Microsoft is gonna own Activision Blizzard. I think we need to get on the good side of the future bosses of the video game industry. We want to get on the good side. We don't want to be like IGN or VGC or whatever the, Eurogamer who just want to poo-poo on Xbox. And that's the whole thing with the 4 out of 10 for the Call of Duty. I don't even know if I talked about that. I've been listening to it. I've been hearing it 4 out of 10, 4 out of 10. I'm like, I mean, look, we've been saying it. When I say we, I'm saying the Xbox content creators, the fans of Xbox, not the bots. I mean, you can consider yourself a bot if you want to, but either or, there's some crossover there. I mean, people will call me a bot, but I'm an Xbox fan first and foremost. I'm not gonna cap for them like all these Ponies and Donkey Unicorns are, like your boy MBG, sitting there like, oh, if Xbox wins, I'm finna quit. They keep calling them dolphin teeth and baby teeth. It's funny. They'll make up a name for me too. Who cares? I hope they make up a name for me. That means I made it. Anyway, yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, so he said that, right? He said, I'ma quit if Xbox win. If they can buy their way to be the winners, then I'ma quit, basically paraphrasing, right? Then he comes back and about faces and try to say, I didn't say that. I didn't say those words. I said something else. And he's like, no, you said if the company that has the most money is the winner, then I'm gonna quit gaming. That's what he said. And then he tried to reverse. I'm like, get out of here, man. You a fake. You're a fake. Fake. You're a fake. I don't know what he is. I don't care. I don't even want to apply enough brain cells to even figure out what he is, because he's such an idiot. That's right, I said it. He's an idiot. I think JTech TV is more of an idiot. He's really stupid. I mean, he's like, yeah, don't buy Call of Duty for PlayStation, because then that means you're a bot. I'm like, he's an idiot because he knows he's gonna buy Call of Duty. He's trying to act like he gonna buy Call of Duty. Everybody and their mama gonna buy Call of Duty for PlayStation, because that's what they do. It's like trying to tell somebody don't buy Madden this year because EA is evil or whatever. Or don't buy FIFA or whatever, football club. Don't buy that because they changed the name. It's not FIFA anymore. People will buy it because that's all they play. If you're the gamer that only plays Call of Duty, how you not gonna buy Call of Duty? What else you gonna buy? You don't buy anything else. Of course they're gonna buy it. Or they're gonna see Game Pass like, oh shoot, it might pop into Game Pass. Or once all those the previous Call of Duties pop in to Game Pass, however they're gonna do it, you know they're gonna sign for Game Pass. See, here's the fear. The fear of all these Ponies and Donkey Unicorns is that with the ABK deal sealed, with it done, the guarantee that Sony is going to be hurting is apparent, right? The fact that they are feeling that Sony is going to lose. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it's inevitable. I mean, just look at the numbers. It's only going to happen, right? It's like with the numbers that ABK possess, plus what Xbox is moving, the math works out. They're going to be bigger than Sony, basically. And so, I mean, alone, if you want to talk about PlayStation sales based on, I know I said this before, but based off of what they made last year was 1.5 billion. That's what Sony made off of Call of Duty. That's their 20% that they made off of Call of Duty. Imagine that. Imagine they make the same amount this year, 1.5 billion, right? Guess how much Microsoft is making? They're making the 80%, which is 7 point something billion. I can't remember what the number is. It's high. So that alone, and here's the thing, that is only sales on PlayStation. That's not even the sales that they get on PC or Xbox or whatever else. That's just PlayStation sales. They're making 80% over what Sony is making, plus everything. It's like a slaughter. It's not even competition anymore at this point. And the Ponies and the Donkey Unicorns cannot deal with. They can't cope. Hold on one second. You're a little shiny. Hold on. They can't cope. You're still shiny. They can't cope with it. And it's hilarious to watch these fools flutter and flounder outside the oceans, outside of their safe space. And them saying, oh, we're still willing, we're market leader based off of the metric that they sold the most consoles. They're realizing that doesn't matter. They're looking at the numbers and they're like, okay, Sony sold the most consoles, but they didn't make the most profit. They're already losing. Now it's only just gonna be more apparent. And as far as the console sales go, the gap is gonna shrink because the power narrative is flipping. 2 games in a row, let's go. And those are third-party games. It's not even first-party games, which is, I mean, that's how you have to do it. That's how you have to basically gauge that metric. And I've seen D-Batch on Twitter arguing about mesh shaders, and I'm like, I'm an idiot. So I don't know enough to understand exactly what he's saying. He's trying to say that primitive that the PlayStation 5 has mesh shaders, basically. And he's trying to say that primitive shaders are a form of mesh shaders. Basically, they do the mesh shaders inside the primitive shaders. And I'm like, primitive shaders and mesh shaders, to me, as I understand it, are different. And mesh shaders exist within RDNA 2, and the API that the PlayStation 5 lacks a lot of the RDNA 2 stuff, which is when Mark Cerny came out and he did the presentation, he didn't say anything about mesh shaders. It was all primitive shaders. And so I would have to look more into it. I think he had posted up a article where the AMD guy was talking about, oh yeah, mesh shaders and this and that. I didn't read it, but as far as I understand it, you know what? Mesh shaders, primitive shaders, doesn't matter. What matters is Xbox is performing better than PlayStation. Whether they're both using primitive shaders, whether they're both using mesh shaders, whether Xbox is using mesh shaders and PlayStation is using primitive, it doesn't matter. What matters is the bottom line, which one performs better, which one is giving you the best results, and it is Xbox. I don't care what magic sauce you want to call it, it doesn't matter. What matters is the end result. Now, with that, the argument is mute as far as what they're using, but I'm still like astounded at all the different arguments that the Ponies and the Donkey Unicorns are trying to come up, and I don't even know I think that that D-Batch is a pony, and he's a hidden pony. He's a secret pony. Because he's trying to defend the PlayStation for some reason. And I'm like, why? And he's a PC guy mainly. So I'm like, what's the point of, capping for, I mean, I don't know, maybe he's just trying to spread knowledge, but a lot of his arguments recently, sorry about the noise, a lot of his arguments recently have been pro Sony or trying to soften the blow. And I'm like, I mean, if that's what he wanted to do, that's fine, that's his prerogative, but the facts is the facts, and the truth is the truth. And whether it's mesh shaders, primitive shades, doesn't matter. Xbox is performing better. All the stuff they were talking about. And here's the thing that I don't understand, that I think he may be full of shite. Digital Foundry literally said, oh, this mesh shader thing is going to be the thing that makes the difference between next gen and current gen and last gen. And I was like, or current gen and last gen. And I was like, wait a second. This is Richard Vedletter. And basically, he was saying that certain cards, certain graphics cards they don't do the mesh shaders. And so I'm like, if Digital Foundry is talking about, yeah, this is the differentiation between this gen or next gen and last gen, then what D-Batch is saying is a bunch of shit. Bullshit. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I would believe Richard Ledbetter, because literally that's what they do. That's their livelihood, is just to go into the minutia. I think D-Batch is just a wannabe Digital Foundry dude, not even close. So I'm gonna believe Digital Foundry before I believe D-Batch. No offense to D-Batch, but I'm just saying. And so according to them, yeah, mesh shading is the difference. And according to, documentation, mesh shading Xbox, primitive shading PlayStation. So you do 1, 2, 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals, I guess, is more efficient on Xbox, right? Well, whatever. We will see as the games come out, as the current gen games are starting to pile out, it's starting to be more abundant. I think we will see the true nature. And when Phil said, yeah, we're good on hardware, we got the more powerful hardware, blah, 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 when he was saying the email back in the day, he was right. And that's where I'm like, yo, this generation's been so messed up because Sony has been paying to screw over Xbox, to screw over gamers, because we can't get the best version because Sony's been paying these devs off not for parity. That's what parity means for Sony is, oh, we have a weaker system, so you can't make it look better on your system. Even though your system can make it look better, you can't do that because parity. That's some bullshit right there. That's what makes me upset about how Sony's doing business this generation, I would say for the whole of their existence, because they're trying to fix the game in their favor. Instead of making a product that can do the best job, they're trying to fix it so that the best product that can do the best job is being hampered, is being held back. I always said the PS5 is holding back this generation because it's literally a PS4 Pro. That's all it is. And now the PS5 Pro is gonna be the true PS5, and nobody's gonna want to code to the metal for it because that's extra development work. And they're gonna run into the same problems that Xbox is running into with the X and the S. And I mean, that is literally the same thing. And if the devs don't complain and start talking and complaining and pitching a bitch about it, then I'm gonna be like, y'all are full of shit. Okay, you said, we can't do, it's so much more extra work to do another SKU. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to do another SKU when they try to push that PS5 Pro into your faces. What are you gonna do then, huh? You're going to say the same thing, or you're going to say, oh, we have so much more power now. Thank you, PlayStation. That's what you're going to do. You're going to put their phallic member inside your mouth and choke on it because that's all you can do. I'm a little upset about that. Not because it's Sony, but because what Sony is doing, like I said. They're hampering and they're hindering the possible maximum enjoyment that we can have in this generation because they want to win. They want to seem like they have the best product when they don't. And I wish more people would realize that. I wish more people would open their eyes and be like, yo, you know, but they don't, because they believe the hype. They drink the Kool-Aid. They think that Sony is freaking the best, and they're not. I've always seen, they've always been scamming and scheming, you know, and people like, you know, like Next Gen 720, like, oh, kumbaya and all that stuff, making fun of Phil Spencer. Dude, Phil Spencer knows what he's doing, because he's sitting there and he's like, yeah, we're doing this for the game. They were saying all that stuff, right? And in the background, they're like, yo, we gonna kill these fools, you know? And then, you know, they instead of just like sitting there like, oh yeah, kumbaya, they were like, yeah, let's buy this, let's buy that. Let's play some chess, because they are, they leave us no choice, basically. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Y'all think Sony's full of shit? You think these devs are gonna say the same thing, gonna say the same sad story about, oh, another SKU is too hard and make too much development work and all that stuff, or are they gonna make up some excuse as to why it's a good thing? And the whole Xbox is having the better versions of stuff. It's 2 in a row. Let's see how long this goes, you know? But I appreciate y'all, for real. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Tilt the way down.